In this video, I would like to share with you how I made the train wheels. The wheels are a very important component of our train because that's what ensures the smooth rolling of your coach. So this is an LHB 3-tire AC coach which I had made earlier. This has got 2 bogies. Each bogie has got a set of 4 wheels. The wheels have a few components, very specific. This one that you see here, this one here, which is made of cardboard, this is the one which rolls on the tracks, and the one next to it is a steel washer, which is actually the flange which holds the coach or the train onto the tracks, retains it onto the tracks. So these flange will rotate beside the track and this will rotate on the track, and this is the axle which connects both the wheels. This is 2 mm thick axle rod, which is basically a cycle spoke, and this is the bogie. This inner rectangle that you see is the bogie on which the wheels are mounted. So these 3 or 4 components have to be made with good precision, because otherwise the entire effort of the smooth running will be lost. So I will now show you how I have gone about making this. This was the LHB AC 3-tire coach, and this was my Maharaja coach, which you saw running pretty smoothly. This also has those same components: the wheel which rotates on the tracks, the flange which holds the train on the tracks, and here I had put a steel hub to make the coach look a little more majestic. And of course these are the sides of the bogies, which I will explain in course of my making the wheel and the bogie. So we shall now proceed on how to make the wheel. Making the coaches roll smoothly on the railway tracks, the biggest challenge was to make the wheel as perfect as possible. So I started off with this. This is a bush which we use under the furniture. This is perfect because it's conical and the center is right there, center, and for the flange I fixed I pasted a washer, a metal washer. So this was a perfect wheel, which I connected with a ball pen refill. So this was really perfect. It is conical in shape, which the normal train wheels are. But the challenge was, or the problem was, that these wheels were too big. So if I made a coach with this wheel, my coach would be at least 2 feet long. So the beauty of a miniature, I thought, would be lost if I make such a big coach. So even though the wheel is perfect, I had to keep it aside. This would not work. I needed a wheel which is 1 centimeter maximum in diameter. So I thought of this button. This button is so perfect, 11 millimeters in diameter. But the challenge was to make a hole right in the center of this button. It has 4 holes and a little gap there in the middle, in the center. The challenge was to make a hole through that. I tried using one of my drills, but see what I ended up in. This is what I got. So I realized that this will not work. I put it aside. Then I used the compass, a normal school compass, drew small circles, the smallest I could get, and that was 5 mm diameter radius, 1 centimeter diameter. So this is what I drew on a piece of cardboard and cut it with the scissors. The center is fine, but the circle is not perfect. It's not perfect. I tried to make a wheel with this. So this was the wheel I made. I attached a washer for the flange, but this wheel is not perfect. It's not round. It's not perfectly circle. It's not a perfect circle. So even though this would move fine, but on the tracks this would wobble because this cardboard is not perfect circle. So I had to shelve this also. This idea also will not work. Then when I used to visit my stationery shop, I found this wonderful thing. This is a circle cutter. It's basically like a compass. It has its needle here, but instead of the pencil, it is a blade here. And it can cut circles as small as 1 centimeter diameter, 5 mm radius. It can go up to 15 centimeters, but I needed the smallest one. So this is what I hit upon. See, there's a blade here and there's a needle there. So this blade is the one which helps me cut the circles. And this is a mount board. I'll just show you how I cut the circles. Here you have to rotate the paper, not the compass. Hold the cutter at a slight angle and rotate. Press it in the middle, press it in the center so that the needle is pressed, not the blade. The blade has to be touching the paper. You will get it when you keep trying it. So see, it's cutting into the paper in a perfect circle. So after about 5 or 6 rounds, I turn this over. The center is already there. The needle has come out through the other side. So I put the needle there again, press it into my board. This is a cutting board with a sun mica top, which serves me the purpose. And then again I go through the same process of rotating the paper, the board, another 5 or 6 times. Has to be done carefully. And as we do this, maybe we can rotate it over once again. And see what I get. A perfect circle. This is a perfect circle. It's got a perfect center. Only thing, the center is too small, too narrow. So I have to make it bigger, make the center bigger. But this is the perfect circle. So what I do to make it bigger, I use my compass needle. I use this compass needle to make this hole a little bigger. I use this washer to protect my finger from getting pricked. Hold it like this and push gently but firmly through, and here I get my hole has become as big as the compass needle. But you see that the paper sort of comes out of the board and goes around the needle. That has to be shaved off because we need to paste 3 such circles together to make the wheel. And if this bit of paper is there, it will make the wheel uneven. So I have to shave this off. I shave it off. So that has been shaved off. So like this I have to make, for one wheel I need 3, and there are 8 wheels, 4 in each bogie, so I'll need 24 of these. This hole is not big enough because this is the thickness of my axle. It is 2 mm in diameter, this axle, so this won't go through it. I have to make this go through it. This is a bit tight, so I take the next stage. This is another piece of wire which I have made, so I use this to make this circle, this hole a little bigger. Okay, so the hole has become a little bigger. Then I use, this is my axle rod, but this is only a tool right now. I use 3.5 mm length to make my axle, so that I will be cutting later. I'll show you how this is done. Again, I use this to make the circle bigger, the hole bigger. See, now this is it. This is my axle, this is my wheel. There will be 2 more cardboard wheels attached like this. We'll have to paste them. That's another process, I'll show you later. Once I paste them, my wheels become this thick and they are firm on this axle. They won't wobble, so I can correct the wobbling in case there is any. So this is how the wheel will look, but this is only one part of it. The other part is that it needs a flange. For that I have this washer. This washer has to be pasted onto this, like this. It has to be pasted right in the center so that the width of the flange around the wheel is the same. Shouldn't go to this side or this side or this side. It must be pasted right in the middle. So that is where your judgment, eye judgment will come in play, because this washer does not have a center. See, it's a big hole, so you have to find your center by your eye judgment. And once that is done, you get your wheel. So I have made wheels before. This is what your wheel will look like. The washer here. This is cardboard. These are thinner ones, so I had to stick 4 of them. These are mount boards, slightly thicker, so 3 of them will give me the required width. And once I make that, see, this is my wheel. This is my wheel. Okay.